It's me, Nathan Explosion, and I have no reason to be here, and I have nothing to do with Dragon Ball. But if you go ahead and watch these spoilers and complain about it, I will come to your house and I will eat your face, and I will throw your skull into my home, and I'll use it as a cereal bowl for the future use of my eating of my cereal, because I like my cereal. I especially like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so you better listen to me, Nathan Explosion, or else I'm gonna fucking blow your brains out and splatter it all over the wall for paint job. That's what I do. I'm fucking Nathan Explosion.
Hello, and welcome to Dragon Ball Super Episode 50 Review. We have a lot of stuff to discuss. There's a lot of stuff that went down. This may go over 20 minutes, it may not, but you know what? That's what you gotta do. I have a lot to say, so consider this a podcast if you want to, and just listen to it while you're doing something else, playing an app game. I do that a lot. Anyway, let's do it. Let's get into this review. So, last episode we ended with the biggest cliffhanger of the season, where Black Goku has come to the present timeline. What? How does this happen? Like, is this just gonna ruin everything? Is this gonna be the end of the arc already? What's happening? Well, this episode is the episode where Goku and Goku Black get into the studio and make the hottest mixtape of the year. Like, seriously, it was a great battle. Goku flies up when Black shows up and he looks at Vegeta, and Vegeta's just like, aha, early bird gets the worm, haha, in your face, Vegeta, I'm fighting him. And it starts with Black just blasting Goku. That's where we saw him in that rock in the preview. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan 2. Now, Black says he goes Super Saiyan, but I don't think Black is a genius on Saiyan transformations, so I don't think he recognizes the difference between 1 and 2. Because Goku's hair clearly was Super Saiyan 2 style, and he also had the electricity around his body. So they go into a fight in Super Saiyan 2. It's a really fucking, oh my goodness. So they get into it. They start fighting each other, like throwing hands. And Goku, he does this cool thing where he like moves his body up and he grabs Goku Black's arm with his legs, like an arm lock, and then he throws him to the ground and starts shooting ki blasts at him, Vegeta style. And Black Goku, they're just like a big flash of light, instead of just showing, you know how they usually have like the dust clear and the bad guys just standing there like, I didn't take any damage. Black Goku, instead, there's like a big burst of like this black and blue energy, and he's just standing there, and they're talking about how they're both very excited to fight. Goku even mentions, he's like, oh man, you're just like me in the way that you like to fight. And Goku's like, Black is like, oh yeah, that's true. Wait, let's pause for a minute. There's some things we gotta talk about. The fight's great, but we gotta talk about some expositiones right here. Something that should be mentioned before the fight starts. Goku Black says that he has been wanting to fight Goku in this body for, he's always wanted to do that. And I'm getting kind of a reverse Flash feeling from Goku Black in that way, because, okay, let me just give you a little backstory on the Reverse Flash. Not the CW version's Reverse Flash, but one of the comic versions of Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash started as a fan of the Flash, who essentially went back in time to actually meet the Flash. He became the Reverse Flash, and he, instead of being like his #1 fan, he becomes his #1 enemy. Now let's go back to Dragon Ball, how that makes sense in Dragon Ball. The way I see it is, this guy, either he's a Kai or he's somebody who found his way into the godly realm. He has been a fan of Goku. He has heard about what Goku's done. He has known about Goku's fighting style. He has known about how strong he is, and he has, I wouldn't say worship, but I'll say worship, because he took his fucking body. So he worshipped the guy. So now he's excited to see Goku. So now he's decided to go back into the past and actually fight Goku, the guy that he's modeled himself after. He's taken his fighting style, he's taken his moves, obviously. He's been doing that Kamehameha. And then there's another possibility when he says this, and this could actually, if this is what they meant, this could actually end a few plot holes in the Dragon Ball Future story. So when Goku Black says that he's been wanting to fight Goku in this body, which is his words, and Goku's like, what? I don't get it. He's like, oh, there's no need for you to understand that. What he could have also meant was he wanted to fight Goku in the body that he was born with, because if you remember in Dragon Ball, if you're not special like Goku and the rest of them, you turn into like a little cloud spirit guy. So here's another theory that I could come out with from what he said here. instead of Goku keeping his body when he died of natural causes, he actually didn't get to keep his body, which would explain why he couldn't come back to save them during the androids, and that he couldn't get his one-day pass because he didn't have his body anymore. So that's another possibility of what might have happened, is what Goku Black is saying. So either Goku Black is saying that his body is not Goku's body, or he's saying that Goku doesn't have his body in the future. Which, the second one, while the first one is most likely it, the second one would solve a lot of plot holes, and that might also be what happened to the other Z Fighters and why they couldn't come back. And so, if that's the case, that'd be pretty cool too. But anyway, now that we're done with the exposiciones, let's get back to the fight. The fight is really good. Like, this is a really good fight. Goku and Black just seem to be on the same par, which we should mention that Goku in his base form is really fucking strong right now. So Goku in his Super Saiyan 2 form, which let's just say, I just gotta say, it's awesome to see Super Saiyan 2 back, is really, really strong. Like, more powerful than Gotenks according to the last arc. I don't know if this is following those rules, since I don't think Toriyama had anything to do with the last arc, but so that already puts Goku Black above Gotenks, way above Gotenks, because he's holding his own against Super Saiyan 2 Goku, while Super Saiyan 2 Goku hasn't gone any further than that. And Trunks actually mentions that. He's like, why isn't Goku using the power that he used against me, while Goku and Goku Black are throwing hands and fists? It's awesome fight. Like, they're just going back and forth. Vegeta tells Trunks that Goku has a bad habit of not taking fights seriously, and Trunks is like, huh? Which makes, you know what, I mean, other than a plot device to keep story, you know, going, and him not just going all out to Blue and just kicking his ass right off the bat, it makes some sense that that would be the case, because, but it's weird. I don't think Goku always has been like that, because Trunks doesn't, because certainly Trunks remembers him taking things more seriously, but maybe after he developed Godly Ki, he got more cocky. I think that's kind of the whole thing about the Resurrection F and Battle of Gods, is Goku's cockiness just really went above the roof out of nowhere. But anyway, Goku and Goku Black this awesome little Rocky moment where they go to like punch each other at the same time and they hit each other in the face, and then they're just like, they're so like into it. Goku Black is really like Goku in the way that he likes fighting. Now, Beerus did mention earlier that it was Goku versus Goku, how interesting. However, later on, Goku's like, come on, show me your full power. And I think what Goku's is, well, at least what Goku is believing, Goku is thinking that Goku Black has a transformation because he looks like him. He would figure that he has a Super Saiyan transformation. So he tells him to let's go all out, and Goku Black is like, nah, let's keep having fun with this. Beerus notes at this time that this isn't like Goku versus Goku. This black guy has a different type of ki, and it feels like a strange type of feeling. And Black Goku wants to take his time, just like Goku. And Goku's like, well, if you're not going to use your full power, then I'll just make you use it. So he gets his fighting stance going. He starts to kick some fucking booty, man. Like, he attacks Goku Black, gives him a right hand to the freaking face, a left hand, and then a punch to the gut. And he goes to punch him, and Black grabs his arm, and then does like an arm bar thing where he just throws him down. Did I say arm bar? He just like a shoulder throw, and he throws him into the rock. Again, Goku hits the rocks. I think that's funny. It's like the second time Goku Black's put somebody into a fucking like rock or in the building. But at that moment, Black feels something strange in his body, and it's like they have like an effect where his body's like going into the little portal. Then Goku comes in and with a sneak attack and kicks him right in the freaking stomach, and that's where Goku Black starts to hold his chest, and he's in pain at this point. And Goku's like, oh, come on, I know you got more than that. And Black is getting excited. He's like, this pain will make me stronger. Even Goku thinks this guy sounds like a fucking psycho at this point. And Black in that moment gets even stronger, and he uses like bigger ki, and everybody notes that he raises ki even stronger, and then he then he starts to throw one of those awesome black and yellow blasts at Goku. Goku shoots it up in the sky, then Black comes around him and he kicks him in the freaking face on the ground. And he's so hard. Then Trunks goes like an idiot, like a fucking dumbass, is like, my time machine, because, you know, you want Black to hear you because you're really close to it. Like, Trunks is this is one of the things I don't like about Trunks. You are an idiot. Why did you say that? And then Black realizes, oh, a time machine. So that's how he came back to the past. Oh ho ho. Which, way to go, Trunks. That's all your fault. You totally did that. Like, you just screwed everything up. But in that moment, he's getting distracted by the time machine. Goku's like, keep your eye on your opponent. And he punches him in the gut again. And then he gives him another swift attack. But Goku Black doesn't let that happen. They clash fists. And at this point, the distortion in time is starting to go crazy. Then Goku's black ring glows, and the distortion in time pretty much tries to fix itself. There was like a little pocket that was created when Trunks went back in time and forces Goku Black back into the future. Now let's do another little exposition point here, and I just gotta say something. I gotta give props to Dragon Ball right here. I just do. If you remember in the Dragon Ball Z original series, Trunks was able to come back to the past because he created like a little pocket in time that he could easily transfer back from without causing any troubles, or extra troubles, or so it would seem. So he came back to help them with the androids. They actually remembered that in this season, and they created this little pocket that Goku Black could go through with his time ring. But now in this case, it's closing up. So Goku Black is forced back into the future, unfortunately. Can't do nothing about that. Goku Black is back in the future, and he starts to hold his chest in pain. He's like, I'm back. And he starts to hold his chest. And I saw a Facebook post talking about how this is Goku's reanimated body because he died from the heart virus, and not because he just got punched in the freaking gut and the freaking chest. Like, some fans just will go so far because it was like, oh, Goku Black has taken Goku's body and the heart virus is still in the body. Pretty sure a heart virus wouldn't stay in a dead body because virus usually dies with the host. And like, you just saw him, and they showed a flashback to him getting punched in the stomach and then kicked in the chest. So I don't know what people's problem is, but Goku Black is very happy at this moment. He has like that grin of like satisfaction as he falls to the ground, and he says that fighting Goku was something that made him stronger. And he starts to talk about how he adopted his style and how he took Goku's powers and how like amazing it was to embed his fighting style into himself. And he starts to go on and say that his powers become even more perfect. Self-confirmed, JK. And he goes to grab at he puts his hand out, and you see the little distortion in time close up. And he's like, ah, shit, man. I can't go back anymore. But after he takes a little dirt nap, he starts to laugh at the fact that he also won't let Trunks come back. Trunks can't come back either. So he wins. And at this point, I guess he's just going to keep terrorizing the future until he gets rid of every human on Earth. Then we have a touching moment with Trunks seeing, well, essentially his hopes and dreams burn up in front of him. It's sad, really. Then Goku asks how strong Black was when he fought him. Trunks tells him that he was stronger than he was when he actually fought him, which leads to Vegeta saying that, don't worry about it, Goku has more power than that. Oh, by the way, so do I. So he wants Trunks to know that he is also top fucking shit right now. Then we have Pilaf in the gang coming in and doing their best impersonation of Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin from the Dragon Ball special. Everybody remember that about fire safety? And they put out the fire of the time machine, so they put their worth in. This is nice, actually. This episode hasn't been full of comedy, and it hasn't had moments that just kind of kill all the tension. So in this moment, this is nice. Everything's already happened. The serious stuff has gone on, and we're having this serious moment with the time machine. But it's not so bad that you bring the Pilaf gang in for a little comedy, and it's not the kind of over the top comedy that just kind of kills the whole mood of everything. Then little Trunks asks his mother if she could fix the time machine or she can make a new one, and Bulma says that she can't. It's just too much. I mean, making a time machine isn't easy, and it took her to be a very old lady that looks really young to be able to make the time machine in the first place. But then we cut to Beerus and them talking, and really Beerus is okay with this. He's like, well, that's fine. He's like, well, that's fine. Humans no longer can manipulate the flow of time, so all's well that ends well. Then Whis explains why Goku Black didn't stay in the past and his time ran up, basically. And we get some more exposition where we find out that he's wearing a ring of time, which is only worn by Kaioshins. So this would make you think that Black was a Kaioshin, but Whis says that Kaioshins could only go from the present to the future. They can't go from the past to the present, because even in gods, in the god world, that's still against the rules. But the fact that Goku Black was able to go into the future. Makes him curious. Oh, I should also mention, I can't believe I forgot this, Goku Black earlier recognized Beerus and Vegeta, so he knows about them. Especially he knows about Beerus, which I found really interesting. So nobody knows who Black is at this point, but I think him being a Makaioshin maybe still, I think this kind of proves him to be a Makaioshin more than ever. He's not a Kaioshin, they already said that. So the Makaioshin thing is definitely a possibility. Keep your eyes up. I think that people who have said he's a Makaioshin are prognosticating just right. But, you know, all well it ends well in Beerus' eyes. Like, the time machine's gone and everything's good. So the best thing to do now is go back to Trunks pissing off Beerus. Because he goes up to Beerus, he's like, please God, may I use one of those rings that only Kaioshins can use, and you're obviously not a Kaioshin, you're a god of destruction, you dumbass, Trunks. Like, I like Trunks, but Trunks, you're just too stupid. And Beerus says, I just love this part, like, he's just getting really pissed off at Trunks at this point. He's like, it's one thing after another about you that annoys me. I should just destroy you and make this whole mess go away. You and Black are causing a lot of trouble for me, and you're just causing a lot of trouble in general. I'm a god of destruction. I don't have a time machine. I don't have a time ring. I'm not a Kaioshin, you dumbass. Which is basically what Beerus says. Which also leads to me thinking that he does not like Vegeta, because he's really treating his son like crap. And so at that moment, it seems like all hope is lost. What are we gonna do? So Goku thinks they just have to wait it out. Like, Goku Black will turn back, but Whis breaks his hopes and dreams and tells him no, that's not possible. Then Krillin comes up with the idea, Whis, can't you do that? You reverse time that one time. And I'm pretty sure he said that in the Resurrection F arc, but maybe not. And he says that no, he can't do that. He can only return time back to the past for 3 minutes. At this point, we have a little bit more happiness from Pilaf gang, where they're talking about, well, now we're not freeloaders. We can actually, you know, we can actually say we've been of service to these people. And then they're all like, oh, but we also want free food. And I just gotta put a little notation here. I don't understand Pilaf's reasoning for becoming friends with Trunks and them. Okay, I guess in a way Trunks is the one that opened the opportunity, but at least to me, I think it would have made more sense, and it would have been better for their character's growth if they got close to Trunks. They haven't shown any of this. They may have actually tried to, this may be the case, but they haven't really shown any proof of it. I think it would have been better if Pilaf and the gang were trying to get close to Trunks because they wanted to get close to his mother because they wanted to get the Dragon Balls. But slowly, well, I guess not too slow, but actually they end up becoming friends with Trunks, and it turns out that the Dragon Balls don't really matter to them. Also, the whole thing with Pan doesn't really follow their new story going. So I don't know what that was. I think what it is the filler-ish stuff that we see in Dragon Ball Super between arcs isn't really Akira's doing. So the Pilaf gang was written differently in the episode with Pan than he had intended to have them go. So the whole episode with Pan made no sense anyway. But now they're just saying they just want to get free food for it. So whatever. Then we have this amazing, oh my god, this moment right here is so touching. It's so touching, and the music, Sumitomo has just, he outdid himself with this one. I don't know, I mean, it's like an instrumental piano version of the opening song through the series, which I wanted them to do more of in the original arcs, where they just used the theme in different, like, you know, ways. But it's so touching, and Trunks is looking at his crushed dreams and his time machine, and he's like, my Bulma, what am I gonna do? Well, Okasa, whatever. Then, an awesome moment, Vegeta goes up to him, stands next to him, being all Vegeta-like, not acting like he gives a shit, but says, like, the sweetest thing he could to his own son. Like, don't give up, we'll find a way. And that's just, it's a beautiful moment. The music here just makes it even better. Like, I'm flabbergasted by this entire scene. It's so great. Then we go on to Beerus and Whis talking about what are they going to do. And then Whis is like, well, Vegeta said not to give up. And Beerus says that, oh, humans, they're so foolish. They don't ever know when to give up. And then they talk about fish sausage, Whis tricks Beerus about eating the last fish sausage, and I love Whis when he does this stuff. Like, him and Vados are just so great. They treat their bosses like crap, and I love it. He's just like, oh, well, you never know. Well, you gotta know when to give up. Yum, nom, nom, nom. At this point, Bulma had ran away, and she was looking for something, also has more guns, in her study, and she comes out with a capsule. This part drove me crazy. Like, I was shocked. I was really like... The hype was so real on this when she pulls out this capsule, and what comes up when she says we still have hope, but the time machine that Cell used to come back to the past to become perfect. What the heck? Moss and all. It's beautiful. Like, I was shocked. The fact that they remember this plot point from the season really shows that they do know their stuff at Toei, and Akira does know something about his series. It was awesome, but... They have the time machine from Cell. I couldn't believe it. So let's go back to the future. Because, it's not dark enough. And somehow we see a finger twitch in Mai. So I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong. She's not dead. The narrator should also admit that he was wrong. Because he said she was dead. Totally lying. When she's clearly alive. But that's the end of the episode. Before we go into previews, we're going to add a little extra section here talking about the ending song. Now, last episode, I did say they needed to have a new ending song to fit the tone of this arc. They didn't do that. This is even happier than the last one. Also, should notice that there's no Universe 6 guys in the ending, except for Champa and Vados. But there's a few things I want to mention about this ending here that I thought were really nice. It's a nice ending and it's a good song. It just doesn't fit anymore, just like I said before. But they have Mai eating cat food, which is adorable. They have Gohan in his nerdy glasses wearing the Saiyaman outfit. And they have Tights and the rest of the Briefs family doing Jaco's pose. It's just hilarious. I love that. That's the things I want to mention about the endings theme. Vados and Whis are sharing a parfait in it, which is adorable. Zumo is in it, and Beerus and Vados, haha. Beerus and Champa, as well as Zurama, are in the Omni Kingdom. But that's neither here nor there. I just thought I'd mention that. It's a cool little ending. I liked it. It doesn't fit the tone any more than the other one does, but kind of makes me sad we don't see any Universe 6 people, because I guess they're not coming back to this arc. But next preview, oh my goodness, now we're getting into the preview. There's so many things that could happen right now. So the next preview, there's either one or two things. We're going to see some more flashbacks of Goku Black fighting Trunks, or Trunks is going to go back to the future already. That'll be fast. I don't know if they could do that fast. I'm pretty sure Bulma has to do some things on that broken machine. But, make it bigger, anything. But Goku Black has an evil-ass grin on his face in the preview. It looks amazing. Like, what is happening to Goku Black? He looks like he's lost his shit. But I think that scene is coming from a different type of thing. Not where he's really fighting Trunks, but he's going to be causing terror pretty much to the rest of the people in the future. And I think in the future they created this group of freedom fighters where Trunks, Mai, Bulma, and a bunch of other unnamed people, who one of them is going to be seen in this episode, probably getting blown up, are a part of it. But I just really hope they explain why Mai is alive, because I don't understand. She took a blast from Black, somebody who's a lot stronger than a human, and she's just a human. Like, all things considered, she's just a human. If they do something stupid like, oh, it was Trunks' love that brought her back to life, then I call bullshit. Like, I just hope they have a good reason for how she lived. But this episode, the previews look very interesting. Mai is blushing, Kid Mai, and she's either blush. I think it would make more sense if she did this. It might be for the Kid Trunks, but it might be that she's saying how attractive that Trunks is, the adult version, because she's still an adult. So I think she should find the adult version attractive, and maybe Trunks is like, oh, and he gets, jealous, and that kind of leads to their relationship blossoming. But in the next episode, mainly, I believe what's going to happen is Goku Black is going to keep terrorizing the future. We're going to see more of that. We're going to see Mai and some random guy, maybe some other people who are in the Freedom Fighter crew that I mentioned, trying to fend him off with Gohan. Where is Gohan? With Trunks, anyway. And that's going to be the episode. And that is the end of this preview, and that's the end of the review. I loved it. Great episode for episode 50. Can't wait. So many questions still need to be answered. But that'll happen next episode, next review. Peace out, everybody. Love ya. Music in this video provided by Catnip. She is going to be in the description down below if you want to check out some more of her music.